Warning: mature content. The following stream contains content that may not be suitable for all audiences, including mature themes, strong language, and potentially sensitive material. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, guys? Thanks for being here. It's Monday. I had a late coffee and I'm having some energy, so I figured we'd do another episode of the Charlie Adelson Rewatch. Yes, stinks I can't do the intro anymore. Hey, Miss Blue Bus. Hey, Drew. Hey, Christy. Hey, Kim. Hey, Afton. Blair. Rutherfred. Lindsay. Carol. Taryn. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Donna, hello. Plus, not only did I have the coffee, Andrea, what's up, Andrea? Hey, Daryl. Hey, Shiraz. Hey, CH. Thanks for being here. Not only did I have coffee and have some energy today, but guys, the Mets are off today. But then it's playoff. It's 6 for folks who don't follow baseball. There are 6 more games left that the Mets have to play on the road. 3 versus the Braves, 3 versus the Brewers. They are 2 games up in the wild card, which means to get into the playoffs. So this is the part where they crush my hopes and dreams. But I have to, I'm not, this next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, got to watch the games versus the Braves, who will likely sweep us. So I won't be doing lives then. So I figured might as well do it now. So thanks for being here. Let me just tweet this real quick, and then we will continue with Pat Sanford. Pat Sanford, one of the best witnesses in the trial. Let's put this up on here. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate it. Botrix hasn't woken up yet, but hopefully soon. Hey, Mr. Betsy. Hey, Ms. Demeanor. Purple Smurf. Anne, Lily Pauly. Donna White. Yay, Donna. What's up, Donna? Good to see you. Michelle, Kathy, Biggly Wiggly, Linda, thank you. CH, thanks for being here. Thank you all for being here. Amber, Nicole. Oh man, Donna, I couldn't have you. That would be too much, but thank you. Why is my thing not working? Donna, Jennifer. All right, let me set this up here. Let me tweet this out. Let's pay attention, Jay. Pay attention. Nah. Come join us. Donna Adelson. And then Squadouche, we're going to post this here. Next episode, rewatch now. Come join us. All right. Kim Delorme, $14, 14 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much, Kim. Good to see you. Tina, hello, Tina, Patty, Cat, Katie. Thank you all for being here. Lizzie. All right, thank you so much, Kim. Let's get this party started. Pat Sanford, part 2. He already testified earlier in this trial, and now he's testifying again. And I think we're about to get into the wiretaps. And if you missed it, Jack, Never a Truer Word, did a very interesting, as always, great video on Donna's call on the wiretap. So make sure you check that out. But here we go.
Give will be the truth.
Yes, I do.
You may take your seat.
Guess we'll have you reintroduce yourself.
Again, Special Agent Patrick Sanford with the FBI.
All right, I want to circle back to a couple questions I missed last time with you, and then we'll talk about the wiretaps in this case. In reference to Professor Markel, he was transported from the scene to the hospital, correct?
That's correct.
Do you know how long he survived before he was pronounced dead?
Approximately 14 hours.
All right, and I want to ask you a few questions in reference to Wendy Adelson. Wendy Adelson advises that the Markels, meaning Dan's parents, have had unfettered access to...
That is not what I wanted. Hold on, sorry. I'm trying to put my widget, which shares my chat, and it's showing a different link. Hold on. JJJ, pop out chat. I'm like a rookie. I've lost all my ability to stream after I've stopped. All right, so hopefully this works. All right, hopefully this works.
To their grandchildren. Is that true?
Not to my knowledge, no.
How many visits have they had with their grandchildren, say, between May of 16 and April of 2022?
I don't believe they've had any visits during that time period.
All right. And what about since then?
Maybe less than a handful. I can't remember exactly how many. But
Does 3 sound correct?
That sounds all right.
After Wendy got skewered at the first trial for not allowing any visits, she then allowed a visit, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Leaving and mischaracterizing testimony.
That's a pretty funny comment from Georgia. I'm going to replay. Did she say after Wendy got scared? I'm going to replay that.
Maybe less than a handful. I can't remember exactly how many. But
Does 3 sound correct?
That sounds all right.
After Wendy got skewered at the first trial for not allowing any visits.
Skewered after she got skewered. That's so funny. What's up, Dr. RT? Hey, Taryn. Thank you all for being here.
She then allowed a visit, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Leaving and mischaracterizing testimony.
Overruled as to those grounds.
I'll rephrase it, Your Honor. When was the first visit that the Markel family had after their son was murdered with their grandchildren?
It was a few weeks before the scheduled trial of Catherine McManwa because we ended up delaying the grand jury indictment of Mr. Adelson so they could meet.
For fear that if we proceeded with the indictment as scheduled, that visit might be canceled?
That's
Objection, Your Honor. Leaving. And foundation.
Sustained as to foundation.
You're probably right. All right, I want to turn your attention to Mr. Rivera. We heard from Mr. Rivera. Are you familiar with his role in this case?
Yes, I am.
And were you aware that Mr. Rivera chose to become a witness in this case?
I am.
In exchange for a plea deal?
Yes.
Were you present when he gave his proffered testimony initially?
Yes, correct.
All right, did we learn anything new in the proffer with Mr. Rivera that we had not known as part of the investigation already?
We did. And
was one of those items related to Mr. Garcia shooting a hole in the rental car?
That's correct.
Had at the time that you were interviewing Rivera or taking this proffer from Rivera, had law enforcement already tracked down that particular Prius, the suspect vehicle in this case?
We had. It had been sold previously and we tracked it down.
And upon that initial inspection, was this bullet hole discovered?
No, we were unaware of it.
After the proffer with Mr. Rivera, did law enforcement go back to look at the Prius to see if there was any evidence to corroborate what Rivera was saying about that particular item?
Yes, we did. We went back and took possession of the vehicle and got a search warrant and searched it.
I'm showing you State's Exhibits 49 through 53. Recognize these exhibits?
I do.
How do you recognize them?
These are photographs taken when they reacquired the vehicle and conducted the search warrant and found the actual bullet hole going through where it went through and severed the gas line and it was repaired.
All right, are they fair and accurate photos of the Prius upon that second inspection that was made by law enforcement?
That's correct.
All right, moving to evidence 49 through 53.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Do we have
49 through 53 are admitted at this time.
May I publish?
You may.
So I'm going to go back here real quick, just as a refresher for folks who may not have missed or don't see what's going on here, this vehicle, which is now a AAA emergency services vehicle, or it was when they got the warrant, this is the car, the rental car that the hitmen took down to Tallahassee, up to Tallahassee. Someone gave me shit because I said down, up. They went up to Tallahassee. This was the car they used. And the reason that they have it here, as Sanford was just explaining, when Tato tells them the story about the drive down to the to drive up to Tallahassee, he's like, yeah, when it happened, Tuto shot a fucking hole in the floor because he was messing with the gun. And they're like, what? Can you imagine that story? Because they're like the wet bandits, these two idiots. Not you, Tato. Well, if you're ever free, I didn't mean it. Anyway, so they get a warrant. They go fine because they didn't know about the bullet holes initially. So they're like, is this guy telling us a story or is this the truth? They go, they get the rental, and sure enough, there's bullet holes in the car that was a rental, which is now a AAA car, the Toyota Prius. So that's why they're showing this.
Publish 50, please. Is that just documenting the VIN number of the vehicle?
That's correct.
Publish 51. What does the rod show in the vehicle?
It shows the path of the bullet, where the hole is, and the path of which it traveled.
And is it in the passenger seat floorboard?
Correct.
All right. Publish 52, please. Publish 53. All right, what does this exhibit show?
This is the fuel line. You can see where it had been severed and had been repaired.
By the way, this is when they call up Shadrick they have to go to like AutoZone or something, and Sigfredo like fixes the car. If I shot a hole first of all, I wouldn't have a gun, wouldn't be going on a hit. Nonetheless, if I had a gun, shot a hole through the fuel line, I'd be like, all right, that's it. We're going home. I'm not, there's no way I'm fixing this thing. Sigfredo goes to AutoZone, gets a fuel line and freaking fixes it. By the way, what are the odds? What are the odds of him shooting a hole in the floor that gets the freaking fuel line? What are the odds of that?
Mr. Rivera testified that he knew Dan Markel was leaving town the day after he was killed, and that's why the killing had to happen on the day it did. Are you familiar with that piece of his testimony?
Yes.
Okay, and have we ever found any... Let me strike that. Have you had an opportunity to review Mr. Markel's Facebook?
I have.
Was there anything on his Facebook indicating that he was going out of town the day after he was killed?
No, it wasn't.
Have you had an opportunity to review the prof's blog that was provided by the defense in this case?
Some of it.
All right, and does the prof's blog provide specific information that would let these killers know that he was going to New York the next day?
There was just a reference to a conference that was being put on.
That Danny and I are going to a conference?
That's correct.
So someone else saying Danny and I are going to a conference that starts on X date?
That's correct. There was no other information detailing his travels.
And is that published in the form of like an alert, or is it just in a narrative of a lot of other stuff?
No, it was buried inside of a lot of other stuff, inside of comments.
All right. I want to move on to The Wire.
By the way, that whole back and forth there about, Dan posting that stuff is George are saying, the freaking Tato and Tuto did not get that Dan was leaving town from a Facebook message. They certainly didn't get it from Prosblog. Guess who they got it from? She's got blue contacts.
Whose phones were tapped in this case?
Catherine McManus and Charlie Adelson's.
How many phone calls were intercepted total?
Oh, wow. Thousands.
Have you reviewed the disc of calls that were selected and prepared for the jury's consideration in this case?
Yes, I have.
Are they all fair and accurate recordings of calls intercepted pursuant to the wiretap in this case?
Yes, they are.
Right, Judge, at this time, I would move into evidence states 108. It's a thumb drive containing the wire calls.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor, other than our previous objection.
States 108 will be admitted at this time over objection. Go ahead.
May I confer with the opposing counsel for a moment?
Take your time.
Rauschbaum was probably so happy. Look at that. I knew it. Look at him smiling. He's like, oh, Georgia, she needs my help. Look at him. I knew he would be so happy that she was like, can I confer? Rauschbaum was like, oh, Georgia needs my help. I want her to like me very much. Hey, LMC Cali girl. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Sorry these aren't more planned out. I kind of play it by how my day goes and what's going on. So sorry I haven't really given better forewarning. Dixie, I didn't mind Rauschbaum. I mean, he did annoy me with Jeff, but he really is just, I'm done with him. And so is the court, so that's good.
Had an issue we should have handled before the jury came in. I think we're ready to proceed.
Go ahead.
All right, so
Hey, Clarissa. Hey, Elizabeth. Thanks for being here. Yes, Katie Kool-Lady was back there on the other side.
in reviewing the calls that were captured on this wiretap, was there any evidence of Donna Adelson and Charlie Adelson meddling in Wendy Adelson's life?
Yes, there's quite a bit.
All right, I wanted to bring your attention first to a text message that was included in Sergeant Corbett's presentation about pulling the plug on a home purchase. Are you familiar with that text message?
Yes, I am.
All right, and for the jury's reference, it's page 218 in Sergeant Corbett's presentation, but we've already seen these text messages. Can you tell me why the date of the pulling the plug?
Hi, Mom. Hi, Kimmy's blessed. Hey, Laura. Hey, Lizzie. Thanks for being here, everybody.
On the house is of interest to your investigation.
That text message was sent on Halloween of 2013, which was the same time frame that Catherine McManua said that Charlie came to her.
All right, so the pulling the plug on the house, who's pulling the plug on the house?
Wendy was pulling the plug on the house. She was looking to buy a house, and Charlie was talking to her about not purchasing the house, not wanting her to purchase a house in Tallahassee.
And was that done at someone else's urging to Charlie?
Yes, it was.
Who was that?
It's his mother, Donna Adelson.
All right, and this date where it's revealed in the text that Wendy pulled the plug on the house is the same date that Charlie Adelson first approached Mag Banoa about harming Markel?
That's correct.
And that's Halloween, October 31st, 2013?
Correct.
All right, I want to move on to Dave. Do you know who Dave is as a subject that comes up quite a bit on The Wire?
I do.
And who is Dave?
So I don't know if anyone's going to get this reference, but whenever they talk about Dave, I think of this. I love, me and Shannon, we love this show on FX called Little Dicky, and the guy's name is Dave. And I'm sure he's like this white rapper, but he's a comedian. It's so funny, but it's not everyone's cup of tea. Nonetheless, whenever they say Dave, I think of Little Dicky. Like this guy, he has like an afro. He has curly hair. He's really funny, but I'm sure this guy looks nothing like Little Dicky.
It's one of Wendy's ex-boyfriends named Dave Attell.
All right.
Oh my God, his name is Dave Attell. I didn't even realize that. Dave Attell is one of the funniest comedians in the world. Although they're not talking about Dave Attell. Here's does anyone know Dave Attell? What show? I'm gonna give away stickers for this one. The first person that answers this question, I'm gonna shoot out some stickers. who Dave Attell, one of the most hilarious comedians in the world, in my opinion. Well, he had a show on Comedy Central that I used to love. First person that names Dave Attell's show that he had on Comedy Central back in the day gets stickers. Hey, BC, Natalie. No, it's not Attell After Dark. It's something different.
And is this the person she was dating apparently at the time of the wiretap?
That's correct.
Okay. And is Dave the subject of discussion between Donna Adelson and Charlie Adelson?
He is.
So the two of them are talking about Wendy's.
CH is the big winner, Insomniac. CH, email me, the shaming of Jay at gmail.com. CH, big winner. Email me, the shaming of Jay at gmail.com, CH, and I will get you out some stickers. And I just got a $10 Venmo from Cynthia K that says, call Rauschbaum a goofy bitch, please. Make my day. Rauschbaum, you're a goofy bitch. Thank you, Cynthia. Hey, Giovanni's Pikachu. Hey, Kathy. Hey, William. Thank you all for being here.
Love Life.
Correct.
Okay. Have you reviewed The Wire to find out how many times Dave comes up on The Wire?
Quite a few, at least a dozen times.
That they're having conversations about.
Oh, JD coming in hot with a $10 super chat. So happy I made it. It was a pretty miserable Monday, but that's changed now. Love to hear it, JD. Thank you so much. I wish that goofy bitch Boschik would wake up so we could hear it, but that's okay. Thank you so much, JD. I appreciate it.
The status of Wendy's relationship with Dave?
That's correct, and some of the conversations are quite lengthy.
Okay. And Judge, for this, I have just figured out what 128 was supposed to be. Okay, could we mark this? Whatever's next. Calls that 129, Your Honor. I've got a couple additional calls that I'd like to publish, starting with this call, which is call 989. So I'm moving to introduce states. What's the number, Ms. Dugan? 129. I'm moving to introduce 129, which is a thumb drive containing additional wire calls, including 989, which I'd like to publish at this time.
Any objection?
Assuming it is what I've been told it is, no objection.
I didn't ask for a caveat in lawyer speak. Do you have an objection? Let's take a brief break. Members of the jury, the bailiff will take you back to the jury room.
Charlie, the height difference here too. All right, let's fast.
And then I also intend to publish 2873, which occurred on May 3rd, 2016.
We don't need to see that
The
shit.
statement at this point as to any objections.
No objection.
Please bring the jurors up.
Services organization. Wendy.
Ms. Kappelman, you may continue.
Thank you. Agent Sanford, I've made a mess of a couple things. So can we circle back to the Wendy giving Dan's parents visitation question?
Okay.
Are you familiar?
Wow, Donna White with a $50 Venmo. Thank you so much, Donna. Said, so excited to catch a live, but time to play ball. LFGM, that's right, baby. Thank you so much, Donna. You're the bestest.
Familiar with the email that Dan's mother sent regarding the Jewish-run child services organization?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Between that time, May of 2016, and April of 2022, how many visits did the Markells have with their grandchildren?
As far as I'm, information I have is 0.
All right, so not unfettered access.
That's correct.
Okay, and since then, 3 visits, correct?
Correct, to the best of my knowledge.
Okay, thank you. All right, my next mess is this exhibit, which is now going to be 130, not 129 as I previously indicated, because we had already identified something previously as 129. So 130 is going to be the Dave call. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So you're familiar with this particular call. It's call number 989 on the wire. Do you remember it?
Yes.
Okay. And this call was made on, may I have that sheet over here?
Also, on Little Dicky, the theme song is like, "Hi, I'm Dave. Hi, I'm Dave."
April
So I always think
15th of 2016 at 8:21 p.m. Sound right?
That sounds right.
Okay. At this time, Judge, I'd ask to move into evidence states 130 and publish call 989.
She's got a $10 Venmo from Catherine H. Nothing better than watching a trial with the best jester ever. Thank you so much, Catherine. I really appreciate that.
Is there an objection as to states 130?
No, Your Honor.
It is admitted at this time.
All right. And if we could just start at 8:56, please.
All right, buckle up, Buttercups. We're doing some wiretaps.
All right. Can we pause it?
What's the problem with 2?
Okay. All right, so Judge, this may be a good time to have the jury advise that they each have headphones and may make use of them. If they don't need them, that's okay, but if they
To the jury,
I was going to have to, then we can.
Because I'm in that demographic guy who wants to date.
Thumbs up on volume.
Because I'm in that demographic guy who wants to date. And I don't have a problem telling her, when you put the toys, these are my own budget, 37. I'm not asking for her to leave. So, or I have.
So this is Dave and Grandma Gotti talking? Is that what I have here? I could barely hear what that idiot is saying.
I have done. And I will continue to talk to her. But there's a limit, because there's a point at which someone purposely would do what you're asking them. They'll purposely do the opposite.
This is going to spur the life, because there needs to be another day. There needs to be another day.
What's that?
There's not going to be.
All right, Judge, could we inquire as to if everyone.
Oh, my Lanta, $100 Venmo from Shiraz. Miss you? I miss you guys. Thank you so much, Shiraz. Holy crapola. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Is comfortable with that equipment at this time?
for everyone who is going to wear the headphones, do you have anything that you need to raise concerning them? All right, they're nodding their heads in the affirmative that the headphones are working and giving a thumbs up.
All right.
Let's go ahead.
I just got a $20 Venmo from Tiana H. Hope your new job is going well. So glad to see you live today. Thank you so much, Tiana. You guys are unbelievable. Thank you, thank you.
The reason why the guy had the problem is that if he was 22.
Oh, this is Charlie. I'm sorry. Not Dave, Charlie. Someone said that in the chat too. Thank you. Sorry. I messed that up.
Like, where do you think it's going to be when, like, I mean, I would, and the problem is too, is like, and she has to hear it from me because I'm in that demographic of guy who wants to date.
Right.
And I don't have a problem telling her, Wendy, you put the tour secret model in front of you at 37. I'm not asking for her to date. So.
Oh, he's just so pleased as punch. He just thinks he's just so... Look at him. He's so happy to hear himself on the phone. Fucking idiot.
She needs to know, Charlie, how unusual a guy he is.
Of course.
And people see and especially from...
I have done
I know,
Well, to be honest.
I know, honey.
And I will continue to talk to her.
Honey.
But there's a limit there's a point at which someone purposely will do what you're asking them. They'll purposely do the opposite.
Well, she's going to spend her life because they're into the game another day. There ain't going to be another day.
What's that?
There's not going to be another
No.
day.
The reason why I'll never tell someone you can't win the lottery twice, but I can tell you this, the probability is not in your favor. Probability is not in your favor of winning the lottery once.
Yeah.
Winning it twice, even more. And that's how I talk to her. Because what happens is this.
But that's what she needs to hear.
She understands when I don't ever offend her.
And this is the enmeshment that is the Adelsons. Listen to this whole fucking conversation they're having about a grown-ass woman's dating life. Like,
because I don't talk about her. I just say, Wendy, listen, if you put a 37-year-old Victoria's Secret model in front of me, I wouldn't want to get serious with her. Why? When I could be with a 25-year-old. I said, a 25-year-old is going to be 18 in 15 years. I go, you want to buy a car with high mileage or low mileage? I go, listen, Wendy, you don't want to date a guy that's 50. You know why? Because he's too old for you. And he's going to be 60 in 10 years. And 10 years from now, you don't want to see yourself with a 60-year-old. I get it. So
he's going to have those old balls. Anyone know what movie am I referencing? The old balls. I'll give out stickers, whoever gets it. He's going to have those old balls.
it is what it is.
But you can definitely ask her why she's not going out with him, because you were there with this lady serious headed.
I know.
But it opens it for you.
Of course. But
Lindsay Shea, big winner. Lindsay Shea, email me. UNCH have to email me at theshamingofjay@gmail.com with your addresses, and I'll get you out some stickers. Lindsay Shea and CH, big winners.
I can talk to Wendy differently than anyone can, but even when I do, I don't reference it as saying, Wendy, in a million years I would have dated a girl like you.
By the way, in reference to Big Daddy and Adam Sandler, did you guys see that they're coming out with a Happy Gilmore 2? It really worries me because I love Adam Sandler. I love those movies. But like Happy Gilmore 2, is it going to be good? I don't know.
Kids, if it's true, in a million years I would. What I would say is...
Oh, Kimmy's blessed. $20 super chat that says, Mom says, tell him we've missed him. I said, okay, I'll make it rain. She said, yeah, make it rain. LOL, she has no idea what's that miss. We've missed you and all of Bo Nation. Kimmy's blessed. Thank you so much. And say hi to your mom. I miss you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wendy, the Victoria's Secret model, I wouldn't have you set me up with if she was 37. And that's just, it's a double standard.
Yeah, Charlie's going to throw out about a 37-year-old supermodel. Okay, Charlie. Okay, Chuckles.
But that's life. She knows about double standards in life. It is what it is. So all I can say is, like, when I talk to her and I put it in those terms, she gets it. She gets it. But, obviously it doesn't help that she's got these fucking friends.
I know.
Tell her that you deserve the Superman with some guy who's a doctor who's single, who's just dying to take over the responsibility of some kids who aren't his.
Right.
There's tons of very wealthy, successful, young, good-looking guys want to date her because nothing's more fun than having a 6-year-old fart in your face while you're trying to talk to your girlfriend when you get home from work. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Only someone like him who's got 3 boys, who knows what it's like, could understand it, and it doesn't bother them.
Yeah, and it's not only that.
Donna is such a mumbly, dopey idiot. She's so mumbly. Enunciate, Donna, you idiot. Or maybe it's just the microphone. Maybe it's just the recording. I don't know.
Let me give you an example. Ted Berman. You remember that crazy mom?
Good question from SpongeBob Isha. Said, how do they connect with Shadrick? The answer is the first trip they go down, they meet Shadrick at, like, he's the one who gets them the hotel room, also gets them some Brazilian snow powder, whatever you want to call it, some cocaina. So anyway, the first trip he gets them a hotel room, gets them some drugs, and then the second trip they go down. I think they still have his phone number, and they're like, "We shot a fucking hole through the car. Can you?" And he comes and helps them with that too.
Lived on the other street. The lawyer.
No, of course.
Okay.
Marching powder. There it is. Brazilian marching powder.
Now. I told you about that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he took a whole bunch of people.
Oh, Colombian.
Warren
Colombian. Sorry, Brazil, Colombia, wherever. Sorry if I've just defamed an entire country. Colombian marching powder. Colombian.
Football player.
Brazilians the bikini wax. Brazilians the bikini wax. Sorry, Brazil. I'm sorry. I'm sure you can get cocaine there too, though.
Yeah, he took Warren Sapp, Javon First, a whole bunch of his friends, like paid for everybody for like 20 people to go for the weekend to Atlanta. So we'll go there and spend like $50,000. So his wife ended up sleeping with Javon First. So anyway, so he's engaged now.
You think Donna knows who Javon Curse is or Warren Sapp? What?
To a new girl that he's known forever. Okay. He has 3 kids. I'm in that age group. I don't know what. And I'm wondering if 2 that one. It's not, I mean, yes, your kids are a blessing.
Oh, $50 Venmo from the awesome Jennifer Adams, who is always so supportive. $50. So happy to catch a live, she said. Jennifer, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
You know, more than somebody else.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, listen, do I look like the kind of guy that wants to go home from work and talk to like a 37-year-old girlfriend while her kid farts in my face? No, they're my nephews. I love them. But as far as dating someone, hell no.
Why is he so stuck on the number 37, by the way? It's always 37. Is that like, well, this kid farts in my face? Yeah, Charlie. Charlie's going to throw out Heidi Klum if she's 37 because she has a kid and it's going to fart in his face. Yeah, Charlie. Okay, Charlie.
I want to go ahead and tell my girlfriend, listen, let's go away for the weekend. What time can you get off next Friday? Okay, I don't want to go like, oh, we got to deal with, can we get the in-laws to watch them? What's their schedule look like? It's not just Wendy. It's Wendy and the 3 boys. It's 3 people you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't, and you can. Trust me. I know what to say.
I know you do.
I mean, and I listen, and a part of me for this because you know what, someone gets handed a golden opportunity.
But you know what? That's what she has to hear. Sometimes you get the gold ring, and you two. I don't know if she's got her head stuck up in her ass.
Because she has everyone telling her that she's such a great catch, because she is. But they're not. But guess what?
They're not living her life.
They're not living her life, and they're not breaking it down and saying who's, and listen, the guy who may treat her really well just may never really bond with the kid. Like, there's so many aspects to it. So, you can be a great guy, just doesn't really want to do anything with your kids. What are you going to do? Kick him out too?
By the way, think about it this way. These are the conversations that we have because they tap their phones, right? Think about how these conversations were when they weren't on the phone and they were talking about the murder of Dan. Like how they the same type of thing, Charlie and Donna going back and forth with, I'm sure, Wendy and Harvey there. But like these are the type of conversations they were having that led to the murder of Dan. Like that's what just being so enmeshed in their lives. Like it's freaking crazy.
Not only was crazy about her, but crazy about these boys. And the truth, and that's what.
That's why, because the truth is, she can meet a great guy. Those aren't his boys. He just doesn't like them. What is she gonna do? Get rid of them? He may treat her well. But he's like okay with the kids.
We'll tolerate the kids. We'll put up with them.
I put up with them, whatever. And then what if they're real nice to the boys on day one, but 3 years down the road, he's pretty much had enough of them. Right? They're going through a tough time. I mean, I'm just saying.
Don't you know that she's been given an opportunity that she most likely will never happen again.
No,
And
look,
she's throwing it away. She's not only throwing it away for herself, she's throwing it away for these kids that deserve a dad.
But you don't understand, you could never say that to her. Well, you can, it was a pet code.
Yeah, I know.
You can say anything you want, it's America. I could just tell you the end of the cover. You can tell me the beginning.
If you weren't here, that's what I would do.
Seriously, Dave, he's mentioned all these calls, but he got out of there because she didn't want him, apparently. Plus, he hasn't been in any of the trials.
Yeah, you fucked it up good.
Yo, Steve-O.
You would get 30 seconds into your planned speech before she told you to butt out of her life. And rightfully so, it's her life. She can tell you whatever she wants. But the difference is that I can talk to her differently than you can.
I know. Charlie,
So,
believe me, and I'm grateful that you do. I really, you know that. You know that.
Trust me, I know. I mean, listen, she's doing great with that, considering everything she's been through. I would just like
You know what?
her.
She's your sister. She loves you. She's a good sister, and you're an amazing brother. And I'm just grateful that the two of you have each other. I really am.
Well, I am too, but I can
I
tell you this.
really am. And I appreciate what you do, because
I go.
who else is going to do it? Who else is going to say, hey, wake up? You know, this is not only the perfect guy for you, but the dad for you. So I'm proud.
Listen, most people don't ever get an opportunity like this to begin with. Like you were saying, like to begin with.
I'm shocked that you don't.
Because the truth, and that's what I could listen, Mom.
When you're like an acting on your head at the minute and going like, wake up.
Trust me, Mom. Let me say this much to you. As much as you feel like knocking her over the head, I feel like punching her and then knocking her over the head.
Yeah.
So trust me on this.
What did he say there? Did he say punching in the head? I gotta hear that again.
Let me say this much to you. As much as you feel like knocking her over the head, I feel like punching her and then knocking her over the head.
Yeah.
So,
As much as you feel like knocking on her head, I feel like punching her and then knocking her on the head. This fucking dope.
so trust me on this.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm telling you is that I'll talk to her and I will do my best, my best is very good.
I know.
And you gotta understand, the way I'll tell her too is like, Wendy, she loves Jess. I think Jess is awesome. Jess will be a great friend to me. And I talk to Jess all the time. Wendy, I wouldn't meet Jess in a million years because she's 37 and she has no kids.
She's no kid, and desperately wants children.
Absolutely. I said, but she has no. I go, what? What's you about? So it's like you winning the lotto and saying, I'll never win the lotto again. That's not true. You still have a 1 in 14 million chance. That's like, I'm not going to take that from you. You can get out there and buy another ticket and win the lotto.
Right, so just to clarify, this call is... Oh, I guess...
Biggly Wiggly says, I wonder if he ever feels embarrassed about what he says. And I would say the answer to that is absolutely not. He thinks everything he says is just, he thinks everyone just eats it up. Yum, 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 yum. He just thinks he's just a classic narcissist. I don't think he feels embarrassed ever. Ever, ever, ever. I don't think that man has ever been embarrassed. I think he thinks everyone just thinks he's just the best and enthralling and just, they're all just love what he has to say. Even he thought the jury loved it. He thought he was going to be not guilty.
Gotta wait for
Just my opinion.
taking headphones off. This call happens 2 years after Dan Markel's death.
That's correct.
Exactly, live stream lurking. Can you imagine listening to yourself talk like that in a court of law? I'd have to drop my face in shame. He's sitting there like, I'm so cool. Exactly. Not only that, just hearing my voice. Like when I have to make clips, which I don't do a lot. I do a little bit more. I've trying to get more comfortable, like using myself in my videos and like talking. But like I cringe when I have to edit videos and just hearing my voice. Like this guy, he just loves it.
Did Wendy end up marrying Dave?
No, she didn't.
All right, what about, so we talked about the meddling in her finance.
Ryan B says he probably thinks he sounds cooler than he even thought. You're so right.
Financial decisions, her love life. What about her career? Do they talk about that as well?
They do.
And I'm referring to Donna Adelson and the defendant discussing Wendy Adelson's career decisions.
That's correct.
All right, are you familiar with call 2873, also here on Exhibit 130?
Yes.
All right, and was that call made on May 3rd, 2016 at 7:53 p.m.?
That sounds correct.
All right. Permission to publish this call, Your Honor?
You may.
7:08.
Other stuff from this firm. And what you just shared on
So
Facebook.
I don't know if I told you this. I got Wendy to accept that job with Wall.
With who?
She told me she was going to accept, like after I got done
She
working
did.
on the walk with her, she said she was going to accept that job.
You
She was thinking about not taking it.
I think because it's not what she wants, but it's only about.
But I said, Wendy, I said, first of all, there's no time frame on it.
Right.
And if you change your mind, you've changed your mind. So, but you'll pick up skills you don't have.
Right.
And
That's right.
basically, now's not the time to just chill and become a guidance counselor at Miami. Like, you're way
And
overqualified
she
for
can't get
that.
hired. She can't get hired anyway. There's like nothing there.
No, they offered her a job at UM. The dean called her up at UM.
Oh, she didn't tell me that.
Yeah, but it would have been basically like as
Yeah,
a,
she's not qualified to be a guidance
not,
counselor.
not a guidance counselor, an advisor or whatever it was. Like, she's like, no, it's basically, it would have been brainless work for her. She said, the way she said it, she said even the dean called her up to ask her to take the job. But the thing is, I'm like, Wendy, you have to get as much skill as you can now. If this is a skill you just got done telling me you don't really know how to do, now's the time to go learn that skill.
Look at Pat Sanford's face. He is picturing himself driving into the ocean. He's like, I've had to listen to these fucking people like hundreds of times just preparing for this investigation. This is my third trial. He's like, just please end this. Please end this for me. I can't do it anymore. Look at that face.
Skill, not later.
Right.
Like, you need to learn it. So at least you can learn it. Say you don't like it, you can learn it. You can make a bunch of money. That's that's the whole thing. Is that she can.
Oh, I haven't done this in a while. Where is it? Let's see. This is what he is think. Is this the right one? This one, I think. Let's see. That's what Pat Sanford's thinking in his head.
I'm like, Wendy, then you might as well do it to see if you even like it. She's like, well, it's not really what I like. But
she's never done it.
Right, but you've never done it. So you really don't know until it's like dentistry. Until you practice dentistry, you don't really know what it's like.
The petty paralegal, welcome to the Bows. Thank you so much. Get your Capri Suns out. Get your custom emojis, including Donna's banana bread and driving into the ocean and Puta. Welcome. Thank you so much. The petty paralegal.
Exactly.
So I got her to do that, and then the other thing I was going to tell you is she asked me if Dave could come to the house for Mother's Day.
Oh, she asked you.
Yeah, if I would mind, and I said, of course I mind. Don't bring him. I told her.
When
I
did
said,
she
yeah,
ask
bring
you
him. She texted me the other day,
Oh,
and I said, yeah, bring him. The more the merrier.
Why not? It's fun.
Yeah, I don't care.
Listen, I wouldn't care if you take the kids and her and Dave on the boat for an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And like a pool, just to have, a nice
Yeah, we do. But yeah, no, I told her, of course, bring him. I mean, I'm sure you'd rather her go spend the day with him than you anyway. You know, it's the best Mother's Day present you could have given me. Could have spent the day with him.
You know what? I'm happy. As you know, I'm super happy.
Yeah.
And that's so fun.
Oh yeah, no, I thought that would be your best Mother's Day present this year. Wendy wants to bring Dave.
Yeah.
She's developing a brain.
I'm still developing a brain. That's right. And you know what? I have to walk away. So thank you.
Just laughing at himself. He just thinks he's so funny.
And he's going to be, you know, but he's not. And both boys are not very good at hugging and kissing, and it always makes like you feel bad. It's kind of your boys, they're just not the way girls are. Girls are more kissy. So he said to her, then I said, you know, people who love you hug and kiss. I said, that's what Grandma and Grandpa always wanted to do, hug and kiss. And he said, well, I always did that with my mommy and daddy, and I did that with my children, and I do that with my grandchildren. So he said, yes, it's like David and mommy. They're hugging and kissing all the time because they love each other. I said, yeah, I guess so. So, you know, you can never hide anything in front of you.
No.
You know, once they have a mouth, they open it up and they tell you everything. You know?
Yeah. No, that's great. I mean, listen, Wendy just doesn't comprehend at all how lucky she is.
So she doesn't.
It doesn't like register in her head how lucky she is at all. No, but not even like nothing. It's just
See, those are the type of comments that made me think that Charlie might be like, I got some info on Wendy. If you want it to state, I got some. Like he really has a distinct. You know, he's mad at her. Like even before he's gone to jail for life for her. You know, he's like, oh, she doesn't know how lucky she is to have a guy like me in her life, have a brother like me. Yeah,
which is
resent.
great. Yeah, but at least she doesn't see herself as a victim anymore, which is great too.
I'm just happy to hear that she's spending more and more time with him. That's great.
Yeah, no, so she's
And the funny thing was,
All right, let's move on to the bump. Was the bump on April 19th, 2016?
Correct.
What time of day was the bump?
I believe it was around 1:45, 1:50, somewhere around there.
Okay, in the afternoon?
In the afternoon, yes.
Were you involved in that operation?
Yes, I was.
What was your role?
I was the lead agent. Came up with brought the undercover down there, and I coordinated everything.
Okay. What was the purpose?
Guido Slot Player says, new subscriber, love the channel. Well, welcome, Guido Slot Player. Thank you so much for being here.
Of the bump?
The purpose was we had just began the Title III on the individuals, and we knew it had been 2 years after the homicide, and we wanted to purport the undercover agent to pretend to be somebody that Luis Rivera knew. Luis Rivera was currently in prison at the time, had been in jail, was in prison, and we wanted to make it seem that Luis Rivera was talking to people and telling people what he had done, and possibly even want more money out of it because his family was struggling because he was in prison.
Why did you select Donna Adelson to be the recipient of this bump?
Because we noticed the pattern of calls leading up to the murder and around the time of the murder. The calls were always Donna Adelson to Charlie Adelson to Catherine Magbanwa to Sigfredo Garcia and then back. It was always going back and forth pretty much in that order. So we wanted to start it on one end and see what would happen, see if it would travel that same line of people.
All right, Judge, at this time I'd like to publish States 105.
I mean, that's exactly how it worked. It's funny, you know, they did this to see what was it going to be after the bump, because they heard they saw how it went beforehand. Donna, Charlie, Katie, Sigfredo, they do the bump, and guess what? It goes Donna, Charlie, Katie Sigfredo, just like clockwork.
The bump video.
You may proceed.
Yes, please.
Black shorts. What is it?
Pause it for just a moment. All right, so on the left side of the screen, we've got two different things going on here. Can you explain what we're looking at?
Yes, on the left side is a body recorder that the undercover agent was wearing, and it has video and audio on it. So what you're hearing is audio coming from the undercover agent and his video. On the right side is a separate video taken from surveillance agents that were in the area watching.
All right, so the woman we're seeing on the stairs here, is that Donna Adelson?
It is, and she's exiting the Icon, which is on South Beach, her condominium. That's the stairs coming from her condominium toward the street.
All right, please proceed.
By the way, and again, if you missed yesterday's rewatch, they had the investigator here who does the FBI agent who does this bump, Mr.
Huda.
And I've given him a ton of shit because he comes off like a used car salesman, and he's like really kind of polite. But he was told to be polite to Donna. He was told to tone it down, like, because I don't think they didn't want her to have a fucking heart attack. So I recant giving him a hard time. Those were his instructions, to not like really give her a hard time.
Puda.
Okay, bud. Excuse me, Mrs. Adelson? How you doing? Just want to give you this. Listen. You're scared. No, don't be scared. Listen, just want to let you know that we know that your family has been taking care of Katie and her friend Luco for quite some time after your problem up north has been resolved. And I want to let you know that my brother, he's incarcerated. He helped your family with this problem you guys had up north. And we want to make sure that he's going through some rough times, and we want to make sure that you take care.
I don't know if Steve is still here, but he would get, and some of you would get, this side view, he kind of looks like the Big Show. This side view, he looks like the Big Show.
Of what he's going through, the way you're taking care of Katie and Tuba. Well, this will explain it. Thank you.
Again, I don't want to give him, but he says thank you. Like, I mean, really, it's funny because Donna Adelson's such an idiot that she'd be like, "Oh, he said thank you." Like, what Latin king's like, "Thank you for taking this from me." And again, I mean, this is like, how could anyone who sees Donna's trial, beyond all the other obvious evidence, this grandmother who's walking to her grandchildren's school to pick them up is approached by a Latin king, or, you know, supposedly, and she's not immediately like, oh my god, who is this? I'm calling the police. What do you mean? What do you mean? My son-in-law? He was murdered. Wait, nope. She just takes it, puts it in a little purse, and just keeps walking to her kids' school, which is right there. Not worried at all that they could be in danger. Not her kids, her grandkids.
does Mrs. Adelson go after the conclusion of the bump?
She goes into the elementary school there, to the door to the right, goes inside and retrieves the children, and then goes back to the icon back across the street.
And are those Wendy and Dan Markell's children?
Yes, they are.
So they're in school just literally less than a block over?
Right across the street from where she lives.
Okay. And when the undercover bumps Mrs. Adelson, do we know if she had a cell phone on her person?
We don't know that.
Okay, but she didn't take one out and make a phone call.
She did not.
All right. When is her first phone call after the bump?
After she goes back into the icon.
Okay. And the undercover references a name, Katie, actually two names, Katie and Tuto. Was there a strategic reason why the name Katie was used?
Yes, there was.
Could you tell us what that was?
Yeah, basically, we believe that the Adelson family had been already in the public limelight because of the bad divorce. We believe they possibly could be.
Let me back you up. Because of a bad divorce, they were in the limelight, or under suspicion for this murder?
Under suspicion for the murder because of the bad divorce.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay, and then so we felt like Katie couldn't. We felt like Katie's name had to be put in there to let them know that it wasn't a random person just trying to come and extort them. That it had some legitimacy to it because the person actually was in prison. He's the one who did commit the murder, and he was the one that we wanted to portray that he was providing information to other people about the homicide.
And who is the first person that Donna Adelson calls after this bump?
Charlie Adelson.
All right, Judge, at this time I'd ask to introduce 124. This is a wire call summary that I've created to assist the jurors in following along with these wire calls.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
124 is admitted at this time.
Judge, I've marked one copy for evidence. Would it be permissible to pass out copies so everyone can follow along?
Please show them to the defense, but yes.
Yes, sir. The jury is willing to make notes on this and take it with them, or do they need to make their notes separately?
Defense have any objection to the jurors writing on the summary and taking it with
None
them?
at all. I think it's a great idea.
Well, that settles the matter.
All right. At this time, Your Honor, I will ask to publish what's marked as Call A on the... Have I introduced this? All right, let's introduce the wire calls themselves. And those are...
10.
So this...
Tonight after work, so, if you have time tonight after work or some other time in the very near future, I need to meet with you.
Okay.
Okay?
Did someone write a letter to you or something?
I've got some paperwork hand delivered to me.
You're being sued?
No, that's what I thought it was, but I'm going to need to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay, so, I can have to figure out something. You can tell it will be wherever you are.
Well, I'm in Mitch Klein's office on Park Boulevard.
Okay.
So I'm right now in the Skyline Chili, and I'll be at his office in the afternoon.
Okay. So the boys have finished their piano lesson. We're on the porch, and I've got the track of it, and they take a ride with them up there.
Does Dad know about this?
The dad's at work today, fortunately.
What's IRS? Or?
Those IRS people, they're kind of bother you sometimes, but, fortunately not now.
Okay.
So I will talk to you. I'll give you a heads up if I'm going to drive up that way.
All right.
Okay? And
Does Wendy know that? Is it involved Wendy?
No. So let me just talk to you later, and if
What is it? Is there a health okay?
Yeah.
All right. Does it involve me or other people?
Well, probably both of us.
What's that?
Probably the two of us.
Probably the two of us.
So you probably have a general idea what I'm talking about.
All right.
So let's just find some time to talk to each other and take the boys for a ride, okay?
You're going to take the boys up there?
Well, when he doesn't come home, he doesn't get here till about 7 when Dad gets here.
So it's harder to talk to me today.
Today or tomorrow, and it's important.
All right.
I know what to do.
Well, I'll be up at Mitch Klein's office. You want to come up? Oh yeah, so really late.
I'm just concerned that I would have to get up there and get back in time for Wendy to get them. Sometimes she gets out a little early. I wouldn't want her to come in nice.
Do you think Mitch Klein watches this and is like, he was at my office, this fucking guy. Mitch Klein's like, there's my name again.
Can I ask you a question? Who's the paperwork sent from?
I see Ben, that's great. It was something that came hand to me as I exited the building today.
And was it anonymous or?
Oh no, it's not anonymous. Not anonymous. I just don't want to discuss it on the phone.
Right, whatever it is, it's silly, but if you want,
I wouldn't bother you. Trust me.
Yeah, I know. Do you want me to come down to see you tomorrow? I have to have the day off.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Dad actually starts later tomorrow. He goes in at 1 o'clock. We both work out at the gym from 9:30 to 10:30. So
whatever it is, I'll take a look at the paperwork.
Yeah.
I hope it's not the IRS, but
I just would like you to review it and give me some input as to what your thoughts are.
All right.
Okay? So come down tomorrow. Dad leaves at 12, so anytime after 12 would be good.
12 tomorrow.
Yeah, he leaves at 12. He starts at 1 there, so 12:15.
All right, I'll come down in the afternoon. I'm going to have to hang out with you and see the 6.
That would be great.
Perfect. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Love you, honey. Bye.
Bye.
I'll come in the afternoon. This way I can hang out with you and my nephews and your grandchildren so we can discuss how we're being blackmailed about the murder of their father, or how we're being, shook down for the murder of their father, these fucking people.
All right, so we've got, seems like we're picking up mid-stride there a little bit, like we might have missed the first couple words. Can you explain if that's true and why that is?
Yeah, it could have been a couple reasons. Technology missed it, or it could have been that the officer picked it up and hit the record button a little bit late, just after a few seconds.
All right, and in this call, does Donna Adelson, the thing she was handed is State's Exhibit 78, right?
That's correct.
Does she ever mention to the defendant even the name Dan Markel?
No, she does not.
Or Danny?
No.
Jibbers?
No.
All right. We've established that the undercover did say the name Katie to Donna Adelson.
Correct.
Does Donna Adelson say the name Katie to the defendant?
No, she doesn't.
What does she say?
She says a girlfriend.
Who does she say this matter involves? Not Wendy, right?
Right, not Wendy. The
Who
two
does
of them.
she say?
The two of them.
The two of us?
Two of us.
Meaning herself and Charlie Adelson?
That's correct.
Is there another call where the defendant calls Mrs. Adelson back shortly after this?
Yes,
And is that the next call on the wire?
it is.
How long after the first call is this call that we're about to hear, call B?
From my memory, a few minutes. I mean, I could look.
You
further
can
notes.
look on the
Okay.
wire call summary in front of you.
2:09. It was 5 minutes. The call we just listened to was 5 minutes long, a little over 5 minutes. This call's at 2:35.
Okay, so less than half an hour.
Correct.
All right, publish B, please.
You may.
Is it me? Hey, how are you?
Okay.
Good. Is it me not paying the Sun Pass?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, listen. What was I going to say? Do you mind paying my Brown and Brown insurance?
No. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I'm going to just stick with the same company. Yeah, but the thing is this: if you stay with the same company for 3 years, they can then try to bump you down into a lower bracket.
Oh, okay. So it's a good idea that you do.
So I might as well stay with them and then hope that that's actually true, that they can do what they said about putting it in a lower bracket.
Okay. So you want me to call Pam Hall?
Yeah, because I told her that my mom would call her because she handles like that stuff at the office.
Okay.
And then just send them a check. Because they have to have it before, I want to say the 29th or something.
Okay.
And
I'll do that now.
then do that. And listen, whatever it is, whatever someone sent you, I wouldn't worry too much about anything.
Okay.
I mean, so that someone can write whatever they want.
He's so dumb. It's so funny. Donna's like, I don't want to talk about this on the phone, but Charlie has to just keep talking about it because he can't shut his fucking mouth. And he keeps after trying to figure out what it is. After he has to tell his mom to pay his insurance.
They want to write, someone can say whatever they want to say, and I'm not worried.
Okay.
Was it another bad review on Yelp?
Is it another bad? Yes, Charlie. A man approached me and handed me a bad review on Yelp. Is it a bad review on Yelp? Yes, someone came up to me and it's a bad. He handed me a bad review on Yelp. He said that his teeth weren't straight after they were. He had a bad cleaning. Yes, Charlie, it was a bad review on Yelp. You fucking idiot.
You know, there's reviews come in, and sometimes they are bad reviews. This is a particularly.
He handed me a copy of his bad review and asked me to sign it because he's never had such a bad dentist in his life. He said, "Can you sign this this bad review on Yelp for me, please?"
Particularly bad one. So, yeah.
So I'm not being sued.
No.
Okay. All right. Honestly,
There, he's happy. He's like, okay, I'm not being sued because I ripped someone's tooth out because I was doing surgery waiting to hear about a murder I set up.
it's whatever it is, and I wouldn't just judging from what you're making it sound like. I wouldn't stress about too much.
Okay, honey. Okay, that's probably enough.
Yeah. No, listen, people can always write. People can always say anything they want.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. If someone says you're a bad dentist, it doesn't mean you're a bad dentist. So.
No, of course not.
But anyway, I will. I'll definitely come down. It actually works out perfectly because I have the day off.
Okay. You know,
So-
so I'll make you take me out to dinner, so make sure you bring cash with you.
All right.
Okay?
Do I need to bring cash?
Yeah, if you take me out to dinner, then I have a little real. That's probably a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was this? I should bring cash. I don't have much cash to bring.
Yeah, I'll see if I have money for dinner. Let's see what I have here. Okay.
Was it? Can I ask you? Is someone blackmailing you?
No, that's always a good possibility.
You think someone's trying to blackmail?
This is where idiot Charlie is realizing when she says bring cash for dinner, she means bring $5,000 so we can pay these fucking people off. And then Charlie's like, oh, she wants cash because these fucking these wannabe mafia people try to talk in code, but they're really stupid.
Million?
They're literally talking on a fucking tapped call.
Maybe. Could be.
No. That's crazy. Is there? I don't know what blackmail for, but is there any way I could see you? You can't come up here at all.
It's going to be difficult because they don't finish the piano teacher doesn't leave till about 4:15.
It's going to be difficult to figure out this plan, how to deal with the shakedown, because our grandkids' piano teacher is here. Our grandkids' piano teacher is here, so I got to hold up on figuring out how to handle this shakedown.
And even if I came up there and got there a little extra, it would be 5:15. It would still be tough to, necessarily get back here in time for when you would pick them up.
Was this? Can I just ask you this? Is this anything government related, or is this like whack job writing a letter to you?
Like who?
Is it like a whack job writing a letter to you, or is this?
Yeah, it's just some guy who wrote me a letter and he wanted to hand he wrote me a letter. He wrote me a letter and he attached his Yelp review.
Government related?
No, I don't know if it's government.
Turns out it was in fact government related.
So it's not government or military or anything like that?
No.
Who was the letter addressed to?
Me.
To you?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Did it have do you know who sent it to you?
I have a pretty good idea. But, let's talk later. Either, I'd like to try to get to see you today. I will definitely, I just don't know if I'm going to get back here in time for when somewhere else.
Is it, so whoever sent you the letter sent you an anonymous letter?
No, it's not really anonymous.
Did they sign it?
It's not really anonymous.
It's handwritten.
So someone showed up. Was it like by a process server?
My God, he's so dumb. She literally tells him the last call, I don't want to talk about it. But she's also so dumb because she's just not hanging up and being like, I'll talk to you in person, idiot. Stop. They're both so stupid.
That's what I thought it was.
It wasn't.
No.
Where did they come to you at?
When I walked out of the building and I make a right and I go past both driveways at the icon.
Right.
And I'm on the sidewalk and I'm about 5 feet from pressing the button so that I could cross the street to pick up the boy this afternoon.
Right.
Lisa Dempsey, thank you so much. OG, always supporter. Welcome to the Super Bowls. Capri Suns in the chat. Thank you, Lisa. Welcome.
And just as I got on the sidewalk. Yeah.
Laura Abo for 11 months. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you.
Okay, sweetie, so you stay out here then, okay? You stay out here. I'll look on the computer when Ben finishes, okay? So,
I mean, this is just it's all despicable, but the fact that almost all the calls are in front of the kids. And I'm always thinking about when they come up is just like, what are they thinking right now? They're like teenagers right now. They're 13, 14. Like, they have to see some of this stuff, right? like there's no way. Even when like, you know, Wendy can keep an eye on them when they're home, but if they have phones, they have to be able to see some of this stuff, right? And their friends or people probably talk to them about it. I just don't know. I just wonder what it's like for them. Joanne, gifting a membership goes to Michelle. Thank you so much, Joanne. You're the best. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Jedi. And Michelle, congratulations. What's up, Shari D? Thanks for being here. Mrs. B's Crafting Life, a member for 6 months. Thank you so much, Mrs. B.
Exactly who I was. Called me by name.
And he came over and handed you, was it a young guy, old guy?
I'd say probably mid-30s.
Mid-30s. That dude looked way older than mid-30s. That guy was probably like, he was probably like, wow, she thought I was mid-30s?
I didn't forget that face.
Really?
Yeah. Shawnee, I can make the attempt to go up there. I'm just concerned about getting back here in time and, you know, when we say we're early. And I don't think it's a good idea for the boys to say you're not going to go up. Yeah.
All right.
I wondered why Mitten didn't in the middle of the day unless I needed to go to a check or an office or something could happen.
Well, I mean, you have to get into the stuff with the insurance. I mean, it's crazy that someone handed you a letter like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
Maybe we better just keep it up, you know, tomorrow, about 12:15, 12:21.
Is the person like threatening you or anything?
You know, you never know how to interpret these things. So let's not worry, and let's meet tomorrow. I think that's better. I think let's meet tomorrow afternoon.
All right. Let me ask you this: do you want to take a
he is so he's not able to pick up the cue that she's like, shut up, idiot. I want to get off the phone.
picture of the letter and send me what someone sent you?
No, not really. I don't want to do that.
So it wasn't the government or the military or somebody. It was just some
Who is? Why would the government or the military be handing her a letter? What is he picturing in his stupid head?
random person.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How long was the letter?
Well, it was just a copy of an article. It's what was written on the letter that was written on the copy of that letter.
Is the person threatening you?
You know, I don't think we should.
All right. I mean, it's kind of thing. If there's a threat, you go to the police.
Shari D gifting a membership. Thank you so much, Shari D. And it goes to Mary Lou Hankel. Thank you so much, Shari D. All right, let's keep going here.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, I don't mean it to.
And by the way, this call, you know, the whole idea of the defense is this is an extortion, but he sure seemed to have no idea what's happening, even though, you know, this is all part of an extortion or the triple extortion, or he's so clueless. You'd think he'd have some idea what's going on if he knew about the extortion.
People threaten you, got to go to the police. But let me talk. Let me see what it is. Let me see what nonsense it is first.
Okay.
It won't be the first time I've been threatened.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'd like you to just see
Well, I definitely believe that. It wasn't the first time he's been threatened. I believe that one.
what you think.
yeah,
I mean,
no.
push it, honey. Right here, right up here, honey. So let's do that. Let's make it, 12:20, 12:30 tomorrow. That would be ideal. Okay?
Okay. You got it.
Listen down. You'll play with the boys a little bit, okay?
All right. Yeah. No. Come down. I'll see you. I'll play with the boys.
Yeah.
No worries.
Okay.
All right. If it's something serious, I'm going to recommend going to the police. So.
Oh, no, I know. That's what I'm thinking to do.
So. All right. Sounds.
If it's something serious, I'm going to recommend going to the police. Weird, Charlie. Weird. It turns out it was real serious. And weird, you didn't recommend going to the police, Charlie boy. Man, it doesn't look good for you or Donna now, does it?
Good.
Let's go tomorrow, okay?
All right. You got it. Love you.
Love you, Pop.
Does Mrs. Adelson mention Dan Martell in this call?
No, she doesn't.
There's mention of going to the police. If there was a threat, we're going to go to the police. Did anybody go to the police?
No.
And again, does Mrs. Adelson in this call ever mention the name Katie or Catherine Magbanowa?
No, she doesn't.
Who is the first person that... Oh, I'm sorry. We've got one more call between... does the defendant call Donna back one more time?
He does.
All right. And is this the same date?
It is.
Okay. What time does this third call happen?
It happens about 3 o'clock, about 15 minutes after the last call.
All right. Publish C, please.
You may proceed.
Hey, John.
Hey, sorry about that. Quick question for you. Well, one thing I was going to tell you is obviously don't talk about things in the apartment or any place.
Oh, obviously.
The other thing is, was the person black, white, Hispanic,
What?
and they just came up to you and they said your name and they handed you a piece of paper?
No, no, didn't hand it right away. First spoke to me for a while and then handed it to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't hats, sunglasses, or?
No, nothing. Nothing. I could describe him to a T.
What's that?
You could describe him to a T. No, nothing.
Was the person nervous or were they angry or?
No, calm as could be. Totally calm.
That's really crazy. Are they trying to ask for money or something?
Yeah.
Is someone trying to? I mean, listen. If it's something like that, it sounds probably like you go to the police. But
And they have to, but I'd rather talk to you first and then.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. There's scumbags out there all the time that try to do stuff like that.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So
that's why, I just want you to see, because I don't want, I don't want your father upset. So.
don't say anything to Dad and kind of take a look at it. Because Dad flies off there.
Absolutely.
On everything.
That's why I suggested after he goes to work tomorrow.
Did the person give you any kind of like time frame or anything?
No.
Okay.
But it's clear. It's clear what's wanted.
Can I just ask you, what do they ask for?
I don't know. This TV is probably about 5.
I mean, what a fucking idiot. She just randomly says the TV is about 5. Like, way to shove in that, way to jam in those code words where it's totally not necessary, but you're trying to tell Charlie it's 5. The TV is about 5. Oh, you mean like the TV when you set up the hit for Dan Markel? And by the way, Wendy doesn't know about what an absolute moron.
For $5,000?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And mentioned, like an ex-girlfriend. Hi, Sandra. Come on in. Good. How are you? Okay.
That's crazy. Let me take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go from there.
Lincoln, your turn. Lincoln's going first. Okay, do that one. Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Let me take a look, and then I'll.
That's why I just thought if you wanted to go to dinner, we'll see where we'll go.
Yeah, I'll go down in the afternoon, and I'll take a look at whatever. Whatever someone's saying.
Maybe we'll go for a walk on the beach or something. It's going to be nice tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Love you too, honey. Bye-bye. Yes.
In this call, does the defendant tell his mother, obviously don't talk about things in the apartment or any place?
He does.
What is the significance to your investigation of the reference to a TV? This TV is probably about 5.
He had made statements. I believe Wendy Adelson made the statement that he had offered to have a hitman hired early on, but thought it would be cheaper to have a TV, to buy her a TV as a divorce present.
All right, and what about the use of the word 5? This TV is probably about 5.
And the 5,000 is what was written on the paper that the undercover had provided.
All right, in this call, was an ex-girlfriend mentioned? Or the term ex-girlfriend?
Yes, the term ex-girlfriend.
Okay. Was it ever said up to this point, whose ex-girlfriend?
No.
The name Katie or Catherine McBanois at all?
No.
And does the defendant, in this case, has evidence revealed he has a lot of ex-girlfriends?
That's correct.
Who is the next person that he calls after these? We've got 3 calls with his mother.
Catherine McBanois.
Publish D, please.
I think about Yindra, who I don't know if she's still here, but I think about just how, like, because Yindra had no idea. And for her to start, when these calls started coming out, and she was probably like, holy shit, this person that I babysitted her kids, she was involved in this. Like, I just imagine what she was thinking. I imagine what she was thinking. Hi, Rhonda.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Are you someplace you can talk to me?
So what?
Are you any place that you can talk to me?
You can talk to me right now.
What's that?
Just talk right now. Just talk.
Okay, can you go somewhere where it's not loud when I'm talking to you?
I can't. It's like loud. Like I can't get out.
Yindra shared an office with Katie. It's just wild.
Okay, I'm trying to walk outside and talk to her. Now I can't even fucking get outside. All right, wait, let it off. All right, somebody, hang on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear.
Okay. I just want you to listen to me. I'll be able to talk to you in person when I see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom walked the kids. I only heard part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go down there and talk to her tomorrow to find out what's going on.
Okay.
Because she didn't want to elaborate.
Uh-huh.
But she said that someone approached her on the street,
Uh-huh.
called her by name,
Mm-hmm.
handed her an envelope with something in it.
Yeah.
And she really wouldn't go into detail. And listen, I have no idea what this is in reference to.
Uh-huh.
But something regarding her son, something regarding his ex-girlfriend, and the person asking my mom for some money.
What?
Yeah. So I said, well, yeah.
What? What?
I'm like, first when she was saying, I thought it was like something involved in the IRS or a patient
Yeah.
or something like that. So I don't even know what the fuck it's about.
Katie's got to work on her acting chops there. What?
At all.
So somebody just like bumped into your mom like that?
Well, they came up to her on the street after she dropped the kids off at school. I guess she brought them to school. I don't even know. But they must know her routine. They must know who she is.
Yeah.
They walked up to her. They called her by name. They handed her an envelope. She said they spoke to her for a few minutes. And then she said they were making reference to my ex-girlfriend, which I have no fucking clue what that's about.
Yeah.
and then they explained that they needed to be paid some money.
For what?
I don't even know if mom didn't even want to talk to me on the phone. But
like, was she like, she should have like,
oh yeah,
asked or something?
That's what I said. I said, someone's going to try to blackmail you or something.
Exactly, or
Threatening
threatening you like that.
I said, you got to go straight to the police. And she's like, I don't even know what this is about. I don't want to talk about it. I go, well, take a picture and send me what it is. He's like, I just wanted to see it in person. So I'm going to go there. I can't even fucking go there today because I won't get out of work until 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So she's like, just.
So who's like stalking your mom?
I don't even fucking know. I don't know what's going on, what my mom's involved. I mean, you didn't do anything with my mom. I mean, yeah.
This is what I do with my mom.
Okay. Just checking. Just checking. I don't know what.
No, but I feel
who knows?
for your mom. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, well,
like,
I don't
this
know.
Random person, like, just going up to your mom, like, hello.
Yeah, and my mom said it involves your ex-girlfriend, so I don't even think she said who. I'm just like, you're my last girlfriend, so that's why I'm calling you.
What do they want from her?
I have no idea. So anyway, I'm gonna find out. Well, they wanted money.
I know exactly. Did she tell you like what?
No, she was just kind of like a little bit rattled and with the kids, and was like, listen, just she doesn't have the day off tomorrow, so she's like, come down and talk to me. So I'm going down tomorrow to talk to her, and then I don't remember if it had anything to do with you. If they're mentioning you or any reference to you, I'll keep you posted.
What about me? Yeah, like
I don't know.
Girlfriend.
Well, we'll talk. It could be anything, so I just assumed that.
Exactly.
But anyway, doesn't matter. So I may want to see you tomorrow if it does have anything to do with you. If it doesn't, then I feel like a fucking idiot for even bothering wasting your time. But if it
I
does,
just feel bad for your mom. Like, who the hell? Like, I thought that was me. Would have like called me home right away. Like,
I know. I said, Mom, was the guy wearing hat, glasses? Mom was like, no, I could take the person out of line in a second. They came over to me. They spoke to me very politely. There was a white male in his 30s. No hat, no glasses. Just a white male in the 30s. Came up there and knew who she was and addressed her. So, but anyway, neither here nor there. I feel like an idiot if it was some other ex. But anyway.
Yeah. Did you have any fight with any of your other ex or something?
I don't know. I mean, maybe I should just be calling everybody today.
No, yeah, you should try to find out.
I thought when I spoke to my mom, she said they mentioned your name in it. That's why I was calling you, but I'm going to feel like an idiot if they didn't. So, but anyway, are you working tomorrow? What's the story?
Yeah, but you can always pass by over there. Doesn't matter.
All right. What time do you finish work?
Thank you. All right. Let me know.
What time do you finish work tomorrow?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Well, like I told them like I'm usually between like 9:30 to. You want me to get up? Okay.
What?
Anytime between 9:30 to like 3-ish, 4-ish. It depends.
Okay.
However it is. Like today I was like super like crazy.
Okay, I got to get back in there. I'm going to be in Miami, and when I'm done hanging out down there, I'm going to come to you. Okay?
Yeah, I'm like right there. So
figure somewhere around 4-ish, I'll see you.
Okay.
All right. No worries, kiddo.
All right.
Have a good day. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
In this call, we hear Charlie Adelson say that the undercover mentioned something about her son, meaning that the undercover mentioned something about him. Did the undercover mention anything about Charlie Adelson?
No.
Anything about Charlie Adelson's ex-girlfriend?
No, not in those words. No.
He did say the name Katie
Correct.
Tuto, correct?
Correct.
But didn't specify your son's ex-girlfriend, anything like that?
That's correct.
In this call, we hear the defendant stating that Catherine Magbanowa was his last ex-girlfriend, and that's why he's calling her. Is it true, based on the evidence that was collected in this case, that Catherine Magbanowa was in fact his last ex-girlfriend?
No.
Okay, so he had other girlfriends in between Catherine Magbanowa and the bump?
That's correct.
Including who?
Whitney Kick.
Okay. Did he call Whitney Kick at all on the wire?
No.
Did he ever call any other ex-girlfriends other than Catherine McBanoa about this matter?
Not about this matter, no.
All right, I want to go to the next day, April 20th, 2016. Do we have a meeting that occurs that day?
We did.
All right, and Charlie and Donna have discussed we're going to meet in person. We don't want to talk on the phone. Did that meeting take place on April 20th?
It did.
Where did that meeting take place?
It started inside their building, but they walked out the back of the building of the Icon where Mrs. Adelson lives. They walked out the back of it and then walked down the sidewalk, which is a...
And then they went and smoked a big blunt because it was 420.
Which is a marina right on the water of South Beach. There's a marina right behind their building. They walked down that sidewalk along the water, and there was a restaurant just down from their condo. And they stopped behind that restaurant at a little table and sat at the table right by the water.
Is that restaurant Monty's on South Beach?
That's correct.
What time of day did this meeting occur at Monty's?
Approximately 1 p.m.
How long was the meeting?
About 30 minutes.
Were you present for the meeting?
I was.
And can you describe sort of their demeanor or what they were doing at the meeting?
They walked very closely to each other, went and sat kind of next to each other. There's a little round concrete table. They sat next to each other, and they were kind of leaning in intently, talking to each other, very low voices.
Simmy, don't call me Simi, who I called Simmy like Jimmy, see me forever, until she finally corrected me. Simmy like Jimmy with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Simmy. Thank you.
Were there any attempts made to record what was being said at that meeting?
Yes, we did try to record it.
Okay. What were the results of those attempts?
We were not able to get close enough to them. They were isolated across the sidewalk next to the water. And we weren't able to get close enough to them to be able to capture any audible conversations.
How close did agents get? Did they have bags similar to the ones that were previously described, like recording devices in bags?
There were recording devices in bags, yes. And we were able to get, I think the closest we were able to get is maybe 20 feet from them.
All right. And what...
This is 2016. I wonder if the technology is better now where you can hear from farther away. I mean, it's got to be, right?
Recording from that was the expert that we heard from earlier, McElveen, able to get any audible words out of that recording?
Not from those recordings, no.
Okay. Was there a photograph taken of this meeting?
Yes, I took a photograph.
All right, Judge, at this time I'd ask to introduce States 54.
Any objection?
No objection.
What is the next phone call that once this...
They don't show the picture? I'm just picturing Pat Sanford with like, you know, a hat and glasses with like a big telephoto lens, but we don't even see the fucking picture? Come on. Not of Pat, obviously, of them. I know they showed in other trials, but I guess they just didn't put it on the screen? What the fuck? I want to see the picture of these two idiots. I've seen it.
What is... Once this meeting concluded, what is the next phone call that occurs on the wire?
Oh, there it is. There it is. There's these two idiots discussing this. There, Pat got this picture.
Catherine McBanoa.
All right. And so what time did that call occur?
Can I refer to the
You may.
chart? It occurs at 3:14 p.m.
Okay. And in this call, are they just giving directions to each other to meet up?
That's correct.
All right. And is that the Dolce meeting?
It is.
Okay. What is Dolce?
Dolce was a pizza sandwich shop. They was next to her business where she worked. It was in a shopping center, They met first in a car, and then they walked into Dolce and sat inside of the restaurant and talked.
Right, and we've heard about the efforts to record the meeting as well as the clarification.
Okay.
Was the clarification that McElveen did put onto the Mo Better video that came from the other recording device in the restaurant?
That's correct.
Okay. And have we also got, for demonstrative purposes, the transcript that will play along?
Riding shotgun with the $10 super chat. Am I back full time? No, unfortunately. I am still working the job. But thank you so much for the $10 super chat. And this seems like a good place to end it because they're going to play the Dolce Vita video, but I'll save that for the next episode, which may be next Sunday, unless I do another one this week at night, but I'm not sure about that. But maybe this Saturday or Sunday, depending how everything goes. So thank you so much for being here on this unplanned edition of the Charlie Adelson Rewatch. Just some excellent testimony from Pat Sanford, the man. And with the next one, we'll watch the Dolce Vita video surveillance. Thank you all so much, as always, coming through with the support. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you, mods, as always. Good to see you all. And I appreciate you, everyone. Thank you. LFGM, baby. Catch you on the next one. Thanks, everybody.